This chapter starts off with Lindo being approached by a matchmaker and a woman that she will soon realize that woman is going to be her mother-in-law because she was being forced into marriage with her son. Since then, Lindo's own family began treating her like she belonged in Huang Tai family, especially during dinner when her mother kept referring her as Huang Tai daughter. When Linda was 12, her house was severely damaged by a flood and the family moved to another village. This drives Lindo to live with the Tai and quickly became a servant. Her future husband, Tian Yu, treated her like he was a lord and made special effort to make her cry. At the age of 16, Lino was married. On this day, a lot of bad luck happened, like Japanese invasion of the bordering province, and it started raining, which illustrates bad luck. So many people didn't come. According to the custom, the matchmaker had provided the couple with a red candle carved with each names on each of the candle. A servant was appointed to watch over the candle after the ceremony, because if the candle burned till dawn, the matchmaker would declare. After the marriage, Tanyu forced Lindo to sleep on the sofa. This caused Lindo to not sleep, so eventually she went outside and watched. The servant that was supposed to be watching the candle ran away due to a lightning that she thought was a Japanese bomb. This caused Lindo to blowing her husband's end of the candle. 4 months, Tianyu forced Lindo to sleep on the sofa. When Huan Tai discovered this arrangement, Tianyu told his mother that Lindo was to blame. After experiencing many wrath of Huang Tai, Lindo eventually came up with a plan to release her from this marriage. She had a dream about her ancestor watching her blowing out the candle of this America.
In this chapter, several new characters are introduced. We have Lindo Jong, the main character of the chapter. Jong came from a middle-class family in China. When the local matchmaker came to match her with her future husband, Tianyu, the matchmaker proclaimed that Jong would grow up to be a strong horse, which means that she will grow up to be a worker who serves Tianyu's mother, Huang Tete, into her old age. From an early age, Jong learns the power of invisible strength, meaning that she learns how to hold her thoughts in her mind and let them ripe until it's time to reveal them. She is soon not even referred to as the daughter of her original family, but indeed the daughter of Huang Tete and her family. A few years after she was forcibly designated to her future husband, her family's farm is completely ruined by a huge flood. Her parents send her away to her future husband's household and told not to disgrace their household's legacy. Jong is continuously mistreated and treated as a slave by her mother-in-law, Huang Tete. Finally, when the wedding day comes, she ponders suicide. But just before she does, she gazes out of the window and sees a strong wind, and says to herself that she is like the wind, strong and pure. Tianyu treats her as an animal and constantly blames her for any misfortunes. On their wedding night, the red candle, which symbolizes the bond of her marriage, goes out. She uses this to her advantage in the future to annul the marriage and eventually go to Peking to meet her current husband. Our next character is Tianyu, the son of Tyranny Queen Huang Tete. At a young age, he is matched to marry Lindo Jong. He is raised pampered and given anything he requests. This event dramatically changes his character, as he believes he's superior to anyone or anything. He treats Jong like an animal, but is secretly scared of her. Eventually, his marriage is annulled, and is married to a noble girl. Finally, our last character is Huang Tete. Huang Tete is the mother of Tianyu. She hates Jong from the first second she lays her eyes on her. She constantly terrorizes her and blames her for not having a baby with Tianyu, when in truth it's Tianyu's fault. Throughout this chapter, multiple themes are explored. One of the most predominant themes in the chapter is the role of women in Chinese culture. Women are treated as a pawn in a game of chess instead of a person. They never have any say in any decisions, and they're expected to stay at their house their entire life and sweep the burial grounds of their ancestors. The only role of women during their married life is to embroider pillows and clothing with the initials of their family and produce and maintain babies. Another theme explored in this chapter is the legacy of a family. Jong is constantly reminded throughout the chapter to obey the Huangs and not to disgrace the legacy of the Jongs. Lindo stays true to her promise and obeys the Huangs until she sees an opportunity and takes advantage of it. Finally, the last theme explored in the chapter is individualism. Jong promises not to disgrace the legacy of the Jongs, but vows to herself that she won't forget her true inner self.
One of the motifs in this selection was the color red. In Chinese culture, the color red symbolizes good luck. The wedding between Lindo and Tian Yu is draped in red. There are red banners, red eggs, and a red candle, and Lindo's wedding dress is red as well. Their marriage, though it was unhappy for them, ended well. The marriage ending gave Lindo an escape without disgracing her family. The traditional Chinese red candle that was lit at their wedding was blown out in the night. When it blew out, Lindo said that her throat filled with so much hope that it finally burst and blew out the candle. This symbolized her taking control of her own luck. This brings us to the next motif, nature. The wind played a huge role in Lindo taking control. It blew out the candle, and Lindo drew strength from seeing it before she realizes that it is the wind that shapes and guides the water. People fear the destructiveness of water, like her father. They blame the river for destroying their homes when it is the wind's doing. People thought it was luck or fate, or for how the marriage ended and what it did for the people, when it was Lindo Jong.